What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So this is where we at. And yes, TikTok has popped back up, and listen, look. As we clearly see this past little glitch in the game, because it was a glitch. Listen, look, TikTok wasn't down a full maybe 24 hours, something like that. But it shows the dynamics. It shows the mental state that social media could put people in and things like that. But yeah, we're gonna dive off into this situation about this TikTok glitch is what I'm calling it. Okay, let's just be honest. So, we're about to go here now and we're about to check some things out. And I got some things for you guys. So let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Why the video's kind of choppy? Why the quality ain't that good? Why is it not in the app store? Why are my notifications taking so long to load? Guys, please. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Don't be ungrateful. Hell, 5 hours ago, you couldn't even go into the app. 5 hours ago, as soon as you pressed on TikTok, you was escorted right on out. Sit back and realize that we are much more steps ahead than we were. We can now watch and enjoy videos again. It's so funny how I went from I miss you, TikTok. I love you, TikTok. TikTok comes back. Now we like, who you? You resemble TikTok, but you ain't my TikTok. Y'all don't be like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And listen, look, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy out here. So yeah, we're going to keep this thing going. And yes, I got plenty more for you guys. We're going to hear from Trump, all types of crazy things. So let's go here now. And yeah.
TikTok went offline for about 12 hours, leaving users sliding down the wall, and crying and throwing up. When people tried to log in, they saw an unsettling message. A law banning TikTok has been passed in the U.S. Sadly, this means TikTok is not available right now. President Trump has said he will work on a solution to bring TikTok back once he takes office. Please stay tuned for updates, end quote. Even using a VPN didn't work to get around the ban. But then just 12 hours later, TikTok was back. The company shared a message saying, quote, "We are working with our service providers to bring TikTok back online. We thank President Trump for giving our partners the confidence that they won't face penalties for keeping TikTok available to over 170 million Americans and helping over 7 million small businesses thrive."
Right. Now, listen, look, this is the thing right here. Now, this past election season, we all saw everybody had vitriol for fucking Trump out here. You know what I'm saying? He was a madman.
So what the French toast is going to
Trump was a bad Trump. Bad Trump. Now everybody's sitting around here. The only reason why these people had faith enough to cut this shit back on was because Trump actually said, in so many words, cut that shit back on. Man, cut the crap out here. Listen, look, man. Listen, because Joe Biden didn't do shit. Joe Biden too busy getting his son out of trouble. Well, him too as well, but we're not going to dive off into that. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. But you know what I'm saying? Biden got too many issues going on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We all saw what happened at the at Jimmy Carter's funeral, how they was, it was just all over the place. And, man, this is crazy, bro. Let's keep
end quote. TikTok also said that it stands for free speech and will fight against unfair censorship. They added, quote, "We will work with President Trump to find a long-term solution to keep TikTok in the U.S., unquote. So what's next for TikTok? For now, TikTok is back, but it might not last forever. On Sunday morning, Trump posted on Truth Social and asked companies to keep TikTok online. He stated plainly, quote, "On Monday, I'll sign an executive order to delay the law's restrictions so we can work out a deal to protect national security. The order will also make sure that companies that kept TikTok running won't face any penalties," end quote. So he also said that TikTok should stay online during his inauguration, explaining that Americans deserve to watch this important event, along with other conversations and moments. Okay, this is a direct quote. Trump also shared an idea to solve the problem, saying, quote, "I'd like to see a joint venture where the United States government owns 50% working with TikTok's current or future owners. This would protect TikTok, keep it running, and unlock its full value, worth hundreds of billions, maybe even trillions of dollars," end quote. And here's the bottom line, honestly. It appears that TikTok has at least 90 more days. If the extension extension survives any possible legal challenges. And Trump says that TikTok and them are heading back to the negotiation table, but the future of the app is still unclear. But for now, TikTok is alive and millions of users are watching to see what happens.
Right. Okay. So, and that's what's up. You know, so we're still watching. Of course, it is still on the line about what's going to happen with TikTok. Now, you know, as we all know, the investigation is still going on. You know, now a grace period is being had because, you know what I'm saying, be honest with you, ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, is actually going off the faith of what Donald Trump is finna do, you know, on Monday after the inauguration. You know what I'm saying? Of, you know, I mean, it just is what it is here. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's go here now.
Because Trump did that thing, baby. Let me tell you something. You know how much anxiety? Do you not understand how much anxiety we endured this week? All to be told and turn around to say that President Trump saved it? Could you just said, hey, we're going to go dark and then he going to jump in and save it? Look at me complaining. All this anxiety for nothing. We've been over here one night without y'all. It was for one night only. It was one night too long. I sure did miss y'all. Trump got in there and did whatever it is he did. But he saved TikTok. Who gonna complain about that? I'm so happy that it's back. But the emotional damage, though, has been done.
The emotional damage? What is these people talking about here? Hold on.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Emotional damage. Wow. Hey, listen, look, and this is how crazy people are out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? On these internet streets. This is wild, bro. You know, the emotional damage. Listen, look, it was down for a day. Half you people needed the fucking rest out here. Seriously. Half you people needed the damn break. You know, I've seen so much shit over the past 24 hours. People crying, oh my goodness, and this TikTok, and just what are we gonna do out here? And it's just, oh my goodness, and man, wow, it's been wild. It's been wild.
The anxiety, all the videos, all of the baby, we got so many video reels of them burying TikTok. I don't know how long we're gonna have it. We don't know how long we're gonna have it, but so many people saw some YouTube videos that were like, oh, well, TikTok is offline. But what y'all got to understand, you got to have multiple streams of income. It's always the people that be lightweight hating that'll come around and be like, oh, well, I mean, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Baby, let them shut down their YouTube. It will be a freaking firestorm. It will be a firestorm. You guys would lose your ish.
Hey, listen, look, hold on.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on.
Look what she did.
My bad. Where I'm at.
I don't know whether you notice or not, but you only have your fucking casino because I made that possible.
Right.
I'm what counts out here, not your fucking country clubs or your fucking TV shows.
Hey, I kind of agree with what she's saying about shutting down YouTube. Listen, look, it's a lot of fucking content creators on YouTube. If YouTube gets shut the fuck down out here, it would be a fucking shit. Man, stop it. Woo, if YouTube gets shut down. Let's keep going. And we all know these are facts. We all know these are facts. If YouTube gets shut down, man, wow. Oh my goodness.
Yes, you would. Yeah, you would. Because you know YouTube ain't going nowhere. We know that. We know YouTube ain't going nowhere. But let them say YouTube is being threatened. You wouldn't have such a light opinion about that now, would you? No, you wouldn't. You'll be like, I just can't believe. And what can we do? Sign a petition. That's what you would be doing. But because it ain't your platform that you generate the most income from and get the most traction from and the most influential on, you have an opinion against TikTok. The TikTokers should just, get over it and get on other platforms because you know how hard it is to build a following. See, you done did the hard work. You're popular now. You generated income. You generated enough income where you quit your 9-to-5 job. And now YouTube is your sole income. YouTube and brand deals and so on. So I just thank God that Trump, brought TikTok back to us. And that was the beautiful message when we opened up our app. It showed that Biden wrote the law to get rid of it, but Trump went in there and did his thing, as he always do. I'm not surprised that he's a good businessman, been a good businessman. He's, how many times he's filed bankruptcy? Yeah, he's a good businessman. He's not a fool.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people don't understand about bankruptcy and stuff like that, but Trump was allowed to keep a lot of his money and actually save some companies. Listen, through bankruptcy. And at the end of the day, though, the problem is what a lot of you people don't understand is that, yes, that's how business works on a big scale when you're talking about something like that. But, that's neither here nor there. So, all right, then. Listen, look, we're going to keep going here because, yeah, we got a few more before I get to the main event in this situation right here. Let's go.
Good news. TikTok is running again, but too many small businesses and content creators suffered because the app went dark for 12 hours. One of them, Mississippi Candle Company, called me. They typically wake up to 1,000 sales. This morning, they only had sales of $87. And content creators across the country like Cassie, who's a single mother with 4 kids and relies on TikTok for her livelihood, for taking care of special needs kids. She suffered. Content creators who rely on this app to pay the rent suffered. Let us vow, never again will we have this app go dark. I will always fight for content creators and free speech.
Well, I get it because, like the previous young lady just said, what I'm saying? Let YouTube go down or any of the other platforms that, content creators make money upon. Yeah, it will be a fucking huge issue. It just is what it is. But we get the facts and things like that was talked about ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok and things like that over in China. And yeah, about the data situation, stuff like that. These people, they have to sign up and they have to, provide personal information, social security numbers, all types of stuff when they sign up to actually be a content creator on these on set platform and, be able to monetize themselves. They have to give personal information. So yeah, it makes sense. And I get it as far as our government needing to, be able to regulate the information that goes out from our citizens to other countries and things like that. And, because listen, look, China's not going to allow their citizens to give us their information. It just is what it is. So let's go here now and let's check this one out.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
Who?
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok. I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok has something to do with that. Now, Joe Rogan did, and some of the other people that were recommended by my son Barron, he knew names. I said, who is that? Tell me, who's that? Dad, you got to be kidding. I can't believe you don't know. And I did those interviews, and it was actually sort of cute. Do you want to know the truth? But we did them. And that had an impact, but TikTok had an impact. And so we're taking a look at it.
I'm not going to. Right. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just the case in that scenario. Trump said it himself. So we're going to keep going and we're going to go to News Nation and they're going to talk about this a little bit more in depth. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
And as of today, TikTok is back. I said, I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States.
TikTok back up and running after going dark for about 12 hours. Last night, users notified TikTok was temporarily down. That message coming hours before the ban was set to take effect. The company sending out a message saying it was working with President Trump to restore service. And then this morning, a message thanked Trump and TikTok was back online for its 170 million American users. Now, TikTok's future tonight still somewhat unclear. This morning, Trump taking to Truth Social, floating a plan for partial U.S. ownership of the Chinese app. Trump says he plans to issue an executive order on Inauguration Day, which would give TikTok 90 days to make a deal. And he added there would be no enforcement of the ban in the meantime. Now, not all lawmakers.
And to be honest with you, though, I really think that at some point, TikTok is going to make some type of a deal. They're not going to want to lose that revenue. Listen, look, we have to think about this from a monetary value. TikTok, over 170 million just in the US alone are using this app and things like that. Probably a majority, definitely a majority of them are content creators on said app that are actually getting paid and things like that. And, you know, TikTok does, of course, get percentages and things like that off those, you know what I'm saying, content creators. So, you know, yes, just like YouTube does. So it is what it is at this point. Nobody's going to negate the money. If the money adds up, TikTok has no choice but to do a deal. Trump came in 50-50. And I know a lot of y'all people out there nowadays, especially, you know what I'm saying, low key, you know what I'm saying, the relationships aspect of life, you know, oh, I don't want to go 50-50 with no man. So, okay, then, you know what I'm saying. But that's a whole nother topic. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, the 50% situation, you know, breaking the bread means that everybody wins. So here we go. Let's keep going.
Makers are on board with an extension, even within his own party. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson saying this morning he believes a ban will still go through despite Trump's efforts to save the platform. And then Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton taking to X to warn third-party providers could face fines for restoring service. For more, we're bringing in News Nation national security contributor, former FBI special agent, and CIA officer Tracy Walder. Tracy, thanks for making the time tonight.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
So, Tracy, I know you've been tracking this in great detail, specifically the national security threat. Let's talk about the plan that Trump is floating today, 50% U.S. ownership of the app. Does that solve the national security issues?
You know, I actually think it's a very reasonable plan, quite frankly. And really, it was one that I think both sides were trying to move towards. We have to remember this ban, or the framework that was laid for this ban, actually started in 2019, 2020 with an executive order that Trump issued, and then Biden sort of carried through, if you will. So this has been going on for a long time. I'm not sure that anything completely solves the national security issue when China is involved, but obviously it's a step in the right direction.
Is that a sort of a plan that looks good but doesn't solve anything, I guess is my question, because if China still owns 50% of it, how does it help if the U.S. owns the other 50%?
You know, what I think it does do is it allows the U.S. to know a bit more about the technology that they're using to collect information, and then also to create backdoors into our technology that they are using to gain national security information. That's the biggest issue. And I think for us, it's allowing us to sort of, I guess, keep an eye on them, if you will. I mean, we have to remember.
Right. And listen, look, I remember Kevin O'Leary, Shark Tank guy. If y'all remember, if y'all ever seen that footage of him saying that he's owned companies in China for a substantial amount of time. And the thing of it is, with China, he had to give up 50% of his ownership to other Chinese companies in order to do business in China and things like that. And by that being done, is allowing the Chinese part to engage in the technology and other things that Kevin O'Leary is actually able to present to them and things like that. And maybe vice versa, maybe not. But the thing of this is yes, the 50-50 situation is allowing also America to have it's a tug of war, but we do have a true grip on the rope versus how we would not have a grip on the rope without, you know what I'm saying, having that 50-50 custody. Now, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm gonna break it down like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, in child support court, 50-50, it is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Both parents have the rights to the child, you know what I'm saying, with something that's going outside of marriage or sometime within marriage when it comes to, you know, child support custody, things like that. But the problem is yes, at first we don't have any type of true custody over the situation of TikTok. With what Trump is proposing is the 50-50 situation, to where we will have some type of custody and some type of legality over the situation.
This shut off of TikTok was actually by China, not by us. They went ahead of the deadline. And so really they're very much involved in this PR campaign to create this basically mass panic. So I don't think they're giving us any reason, quite frankly, to trust them. And I'm not sure that this is going to help their case moving forward in Congress.
So 170 million Americans use this app. Many people love this app. So many lawmakers and agencies, the Supreme Court upholding this national security threat issue. That's a broad term. Break it down for us. Where exactly does the national security issue lie when it comes to TikTok on an average person's phone?
Well, therein actually lies the problem, Natasha, is I believe the government has not done a good job in laying out the national security threat. We don't have to lay it out in its entirety. I understand that some of it remains classified, but I do not feel that the government has done a good job in really clarifying the severity of the threat. And that's why you're seeing so much pushback that this is really a violation of First Amendment rights. I think the first issue in terms of national security, which is China, creating influence campaigns. We know that people have been doing this. Russia and Iran have been doing it on Instagram. So that's really nothing new and not that severe. The second one is collecting personal information. So many apps are doing that. In my opinion, that's not that severe. Really, I think it's the third kind of part on it. It's allowing this injection of malware into people's phones. And I think that's what they're
much.
So, and that's where we at, people. This is where we at with this situation about TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, like they just said in this previous segment right here that I showed you guys, TikTok did go ahead and cut the app pre the date that the app was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, end, period. So they kind of did, go ahead on and give the American public a scare, things like that, about the situation, stuff like that, and kind of let people know how this would go, things like that, especially the content creators that actually make money off the apps, off this particular app and things like that. So yeah, they went on ahead and made that possible to show the public. But at the same time though too, you know what I'm saying, they're also going off the faith of what Donald Trump is saying. It's a lot of factors that are going on here with the new administration that's about to come in, you know what I'm saying, with tomorrow of my recording of this video. So, yeah, it just is what it is, people. And this is where we at. So we got to think about this thing. So, if Trump is, giving the Dance Bite, the position that, what I'm saying, we could do 50-50 on this situation, what I'm saying, will Dance Bite bite on the situation, or will they go ahead on and delete the app entirely and lose out on all that revenue?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Will the Chinese actually, because be honest with you, they already sent us their TVs and all their other stuff that, from over there and things like that we buy tremendously because we are the workhorses of the world. And I've said that previous times in other broadcasts that I've done, that we are the workhorses of the world. We buy and we buy over here in America, TVs, all types of stuff, what I'm saying, that we don't manufacture right here at home, things like that. But, yeah, so, will TikTok actually get on board with the 50-50 custody of said app between America and China. And we got to stay tuned to find out. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.